In this render video, I will show you how we can switch between eeVee and Cycles as a render engine. The advantage of eeVee is it is super fast and it's real time. The downside is it's not necessarily physically correct. The advantage of Cycles, which is a more photorealistic rendering engine, is, well, it's photorealistic, but the downside is it takes longer based on the size of the image, obviously. And this is also important to understand for people who have an older computer where maybe eeVee creates some issues because of the graphic card. So to switch between the two render engines is actually very easy. We go to the render, eeVee, and say Cycles. There it is. The only difference between these two engines is, as you can see, the lights. The lights work differently. Materials, all the stuff is exactly the same, which is why this is a really great option here. In eeVee, we can quickly preset a scene, work fast, and then for the final rendering, we switch to Cycles and blow out the correct images. So we have to adjust the lights. Let's work on the remote first. So I can click this light, go to lights, say use nodes, and let's say maybe 1.1 probably. Let's click this light, use nodes, and 1. Yeah, looks good. Same here. It's not really that much work. Okay, and I think for the base, that's already all we need to do. Let's take a look at the remote. I do then here always exactly the same step. You only have to do this one time. And then when we switch between Cycles and eeVee, everything is carried over besides just the light energy. So here we can now see there is somewhat a little bit of a difference in illumination. This is too strong, so I set this to maybe 0.25. Back now here gets not enough lighting, so I move this one up. Yeah, there, this is good. Peachy. This is fine. This is maybe for my taste too strong on the bottom. 0.1. I'm also missing actually a light reflection there. So I select this one, Shift D, escape, and then I roll this one down. Along the x-axis, I can rotate it. I think I just set this to 0 in my case. There I see the reflection, which means the light is too low. It is, so I move this one up. There, very good. Maybe shine down onto the tag. The light is also too strong. 0.2. Yeah. This is good. 0.2. 3. 2. What about we move this one a little bit to there? Oh, there. There we get kind of like that look I was shooting for, having this kind of blackish. This may be a tick higher, so I get more light onto the buttons. Very nice. That's well illuminated. And that in a nutshell was everything how to switch between eeVee and Cycles. So now I could go ahead and always switch my stuff. And because I made a copy of this slide, I have to just one time play with the value here. There. Okay, because this was a copy. And there we see all the stuff switches neatly. Very good. That's it for how to switch between the engines.